I am Aubryantis, and I am going to demonstrate Bernstein's learning stages, teaching someone how to throw a ball. In the first stage of this movement, we are going to limit the degrees of freedom that a student can use or a learner can use as they are performing the movement. So in this case, rather than using the student's entire body to step and throw the ball using their shoulders, their hip, and their leg for that movement, those degrees are limited to just, for example, throwing the ball. You have minimal movement from your shoulder, and you are using mostly your elbow and your arm to throw the ball. During this first stage of the movement, things are going to look robotic and very stiff, but we want to focus on the learner getting the movement and the basic concept of, my example, throwing a ball down. So having them only use these two. And then next stage is, releasing the limb. So making sure that we use and utilize our other degrees of freedom and incorporating them in after our student gets the basic concept of the skill. So for my example, throwing a ball, we are going to use like the vocal cues of a step and throw, throwing towards our target. My target is my bed, which is over here. My example of the step and throw is a lot more coordinated than a younger or newer learners would be, because this is a skill I happen to be proficient at. But a newer learner during this stage, things could still look a little bit more rigid, but the goal of this stage is to get these multiple degrees of freedom moving smoothly together to perform the movement with the step and throw motion. And for our last stage, stage 3, is exploiting our environment. So for this one, all of our degrees of freedom are utilized. So as you were taking the step, you were using your torso to fully throw the ball. And in this one, we compare it to stage 3 of the Fitz imposters, being able to fine-tune the skill and be able to work on specific things. So for example, at this stage, this takes years obviously, but teaching a young learner how to pitch a baseball, I'm not very good at it obviously, and I'm not a baseball player, but being able to lift up that leg and fully make that throw, to focus on power or placement, those smaller skills than just throwing the ball. Using this learning stage model to teach a student something, in the first stage we're going to see more of that progression, even though you're only limiting those certain degrees of freedom. They're going to progress faster as they're learning how to smoothly coordinate that, as well as when you add in that step and throw, and then finally being able to release all of your things or all of your degrees of freedom and being able to generate more power or that placement to perfect your skill.